Hi. The uprolling cars in Scotland should give you really a thought. It should make you think. You see, despite the fact that for some of us everything increased and somehow everything goes better, in principle, everything, no, that's not true. For some people, everything goes wrong. It goes downstairs. Despite the fact that they're rolling in money maybe, or they feel actually very good and they have nothing to complain and somehow everything is good, they notice maybe the surroundings are not so very, very well, but for themselves everything was fine. Sometimes here the things are not quite that how they look like, but that is not um, somehow how do you say that when somebody is happy when something goes wrong for somebody else. But it is just, and I notice that. You see, I don't have anything to complain in my point of view, despite the fact maybe I'm not so well, my body is not so healthy as it should be. But to be honest, everything settles down. What I like to have. And I can wait, maybe not so very patiently, but it will work. My thoughts take care for that. That's what I suggest you. Let the energy work let the energy work for you, which are spread out by your thoughts and by your mind. You see, you can't think on that what you like to do, or what you like to think. Forget it, it doesn't work. Something your mind think, and you catch the thoughts and think it. And that brings you in exactly that vibration. I try again to make that clear. I don't know why actually, because it doesn't seem so popular. I don't think that the people like to understand that. But it doesn't matter if they like to do that or not. It is like that. It is always a difficult thing to say, hey, I know the truth, because everybody claim that. And some people say, okay, I maybe don't know the truth, but you don't know the truth either. And that's in their triumph. Hey, as a fari. Dear lady and gentlemen, my dear Mr. Singing Club, sorry, my dear ladies and gentlemen, when people have this attitude, it won't work. Somehow it doesn't work. You really have to notice one thing. That in what you sit, that what you find, that what your circumstances are the results from your own being and own thinking. Maybe you don't think that your thoughts are so nasty at all, or maybe they're not so bad. Why? Maybe they are not bad, but they come into a special trail. They come into a special jump on a special train, from which you maybe don't know that where they will go, to what it leads you. You have to understand you are led by your will, by that what you really want. And therefore we have to understand that we have to think very carefully what we actually really want. And I admit that this way, successful it may be, and it is successful, I promise you that. And no risk, I guarantee, it will go always upstairs then. But it might be so that at first things somehow humble and pumble, if you know what I mean. It doesn't, at the very beginning, it isn't so smooth at all. And here's the danger that a lot of people stop to do that, and to stop to think about themselves. And what kind of energy they spread out. It is so damned necessary. Here in Germany, we have the discussion if people with trisomy 21 if it wouldn't be better to stop the pregnancy then for the woman, because they are disturbing their mind anyway. But they are not disturbing their mind. Now, the people with trisomy 21 are people who can think and feel pain, feel happiness, can laugh much better than the people who are, so they say, healthy. And we discuss if those kind of people have the right to live. And that is tricky, especially for me, because I'm a German. And 80 years ago, we have a lot of trouble with people who thought they can command which kind of people may live or not. And they're not only Jewish people with handicap as well. They were done for it. So we have to think, but that is only possible because we never realize what we spread out with that, what we say, what we think. And that is so unbelievably necessary, because it brings you in contact to your higher self, and it brings you in contact to any God you like. And if in case it is a bad thought, it brings you in contact with a God which you maybe don't like so much, if you understand what I mean. And for that, you have to understand what a God actually is. A God is a principle. You can be honesty or cheerful or clear or whatever, and at the end you find a higher creatures, and this creature is a God, because he spread out only that kind of energy. And it is for you to understand and to decide what kind of energy you like to spread out to come close to that. And alas, nobody thought for that, and nobody take notice for that, and so we don't have a university which who taught that, and that's a pity, because that is what everybody can understand. That is not so difficult, that you're quite similar with that, what thought and what things as well as you think. That is not so easy, not so difficult to understand. And when you like to understand something, whatever it is, you have to think like that. That's because I always made a point on thoughts. That's why. And please understand that. Because even if your thoughts are holy as the Holy Spirit, maybe you can change then the whole world. But that is, nobody asks you for that. But when a lot of people start to think according to their own higher spirit, the whole energy climax will increase, and we have a lot of troubles lesser. They vanish then. You don't understand? You don't believe me? Oh, forget it. You can believe it. Why? Because you have to put two and two together. When something is disturbing you, and it annoys you, what comes up then? Anger, of course. Frustration, maybe. Really, really furiousness. Something like that. Depressions. A very low energy. Okay? You got it? Good. When now a lot of people bring up a high energy, which is practically delightful, and bring up in everybody faces a smile, and somehow they feel better. What will bring then up? What will come out from that? Higher thoughts. Which brings in their luggage, they have then happiness, freedom, everything flows in a lighter way. And that doesn't mean that you don't have any problems anymore, but that means that you can solve these problems much lighter. That's what I mean. And that is due for everything, not only in mathematics or physics or astronomy or cosmology or something like that. Everything. But oh my God, I'm in hospitals, in universities, in schools, at the park deck, in the traffic. Everything. We have to understand that. And I give my supreme effort to tell you that. But I'm not very altruistic, honestly, and I am not a guy or girl which say, "Oh, I love everybody so much." No, I don't. Not when people are stupid enough to spread out their energy, which I practically dislike. Why should I? Why should I love them? As I pointed out before, when you love something, your energy is mixed with them, what you love, and then you have a fucking disaster. Sorry, you have really a mess, because then you have to solve these troubles as well. But you have to nurse your own resonance. And as I said before, your life, your body, is a kind of membrane. A membrane in which everything you can spread out with, everything goes out, no trouble at all, everything can go out. But that what is similar to that what you spread out comes in again. Hence because a lot of people have problems. My dear ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can understand that. I really do hope. It is necessary because it drives you in a direction which brings actually more lightness, understanding, knowledge. Wow, I think that is something what we need, huh?